Hello friends, welcome to Jyoti Tandon's kitchen. Today I'm sharing the recipe of one of our favorite snacks, that's samosa. But here's a recipe for you of samosa with a twist. Today I'm going to show you how to make the samosa a low-fat samosa in the air fryer. But don't worry, for the ones who don't have an air fryer, I'll also cover how to make samosas without one. The main ingredients for the samosa filling are 4 boiled potatoes, 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 2 green chilies that I've already chopped, some cilantro, it's about 2 tablespoons of cilantro or coriander leaves, and half a cup of peas. You can use fresh or frozen peas. The spices that we will use in the samosa filling are turmeric, coriander powder. Please note I have actually made it into a coarse powder and not just the regular dhania powder. Although you can use simple dhania powder, but the coarse ones which you freshly grind have a much better flavor. Red chili powder, cumin seeds or jeera, salt, amchur powder or dry mango powder, garam masala, and fennel seeds, saunf. For the samosa dough crust, I'm using 2 cups of all-purpose flour or maida, some salt, half a cup water, or 5 tablespoons of oil, and ajwain seeds or carom seeds. So the first step is to boil the potatoes. I have used 4 potatoes in 2 cups of water and boiled for 2 whistles in a pressure pan. It's now time to peel them. Now let's get started with making the dough. I'm going to sieve 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm putting 1 teaspoon of salt in this, 1/4 teaspoon of ajwain or carom seeds, 5 tablespoons of oil. Mix it well till it forms small lumps in the dough itself. And now that I see these small lumps formed inside, I'm going to add the water and then knead it into a firm dough. I usually use lukewarm water to make this dough. And now that our dough is very nicely made, I'm going to cover this up and leave it covered with a wet cloth for about 40 minutes. Till then, let's move to the next step of making the potato filling. I'm going to put about 1 ladle of oil in a non-sticking pan. Once the oil gets hot, I'm now putting 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 2 tablespoons of coarse coriander powder that I ground fresh from the coriander seeds. Add half a teaspoon of red chili. I also like to put a pinch of asafoetida or hing powder. And finally, it's time to add 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds, that's saunf. And now it's time to add the ginger, green chili, and the coriander leaves or cilantro leaves. Now that the spices have started to sizzle in the oil, I'm going to add 4 potatoes. And I like to mash them in the pan itself. I'm adding the peas in this, 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala and half a teaspoon of amchur powder or dry mango powder. Finally, it's time to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Also mash up the peas really well and then cover it up and keep it covered for about 2 minutes. Let it cook on its own heat. So our potato samosa filling is ready. It's now time to take our dough and knead it one more time. I'm now going to divide this into 2 large sections and roll each section into a cylinder. And then cut this into smaller sections. Take each one and roll this into a disc. If you want to make a medium-sized samosa, roll the disc, cut it into 2 halves, spread the water, and I've actually put a little all-purpose flour even in the water, and the water that we put on the tips helps it close properly. Glue it together like this. Fill the potato stuffing in the samosa. Press it down and lock the corners. But if you want to make a large samosa, then you use the whole disc. So let me show you how to make the large samosa as well. I have put the water on all sides of the full disc and then fold it this way. Fill it in and lock it from all sides. Here we go. Our medium and large size samosas are ready for cooking. Spray some oil in the air fryer. Put the samosas in at 375 degrees for 10 minutes. Alright, they're getting nicely cooked. So now I'm going to flip them and cook them for 6 more minutes. And if you don't have an air fryer, you can either bake at 375 degree Fahrenheit for 20 minutes or deep fry them. Finally, our delicious piping hot samosas are ready. So I'm serving these delicious samosas with some freshly made tamarind and blackberry and dates dip. Please do like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget, eat naturally, live happily.